Good morning, good morning. Welcome to the Mildred Homestead. I wanted to kind of do a video on the seeds that I'm going to plant. I did order some seeds recently because I did not have a few things. What I was like organizing my seeds and what I had, I realized that I was missing a few seeds. So let me just show you something that I try to make simple for me this year when it comes to planting for the 2026 year. So I did a planting guide. So I'm going to just kind of talk about that real quick. All right, so for the planting guide, you just go to almanac.com and put the place where you live, the city, and the state where you live, and it'll kind of give you everything that you need to do based on your last frost day. So for spring planting, these are some of the things that you will need to do in order to have success. So real quickly, just kind of wanted to show you this real quick. I highlighted some things because I'm not trying to plant the whole everything. I'm not trying to plant all kinds of seeds. I'm trying to plant seeds that things that I eat. I'm trying to be mindful. I will try to plant some things for fun, but mainly I want to be very mindful about what I plant. I want to plant things that I use in cooking and things that we eat. So one of the things that I do have here are bell peppers. I highlighted that because you can start that indoors. January 22nd through February 5th. And so it kind of lets you know, like, start indoors, plant or transplant your seedlings outside, start seeds outdoors, and last date to plant. Okay, even though they have a last date to plant, you can still plant after that day. The only thing is that you will probably not get a good harvest when you plant after that date. So it's kind of good to keep with the time and dates, so that way you can not time, but like more like the month that you need to be planting, so that way you can have a plentiful harvest season. So right now what's on my list is bell peppers. I also have, for the month of January, I have celery, which I had to order those seeds because I did not have any. Last time I planted celeries, I planted it from a celery that I bought from the grocery store, and I just let it root, and then I planted outside. So I did a couple of those, but this time I just went ahead and bought some seeds. I'm also planting ginger. Okay, that is, you can start indoors on January 22nd, and the bell peppers you can start indoor January 22nd. You still early. It's only what's today? The 19th, I think. So you still got time to plant that. And even after that date, you can still plant it. Just try to plant it as soon as possible. I'm also going to plant, let me see what I got here. Oh, mint. Yeah, I'm going to plant mint. Onions, oregano, parsley, thyme, and I think that is actually it for the month of January. Okay, and that's from January 22nd to February 5th. Now in February I will also start planting some other seeds that I highlighted, but I'm just giving you January right now. I also wanted to mention, I know I mentioned bell peppers, but in that bell pepper it's going to be different types of peppers, like jalapenos. I like habanero peppers, and I just have to see what other kind of seeds I got. But one thing about this that I do like is that it's in alphabetical order. So like starting with whatever crop, like asparagus, arugula, which is something fun that I'm going to do this time. I did highlighted that one. I never grown arugula, but I want to do that. So like then you go from your crops that start with an A, with your crops that start with a B, and then crops that start with a C, and so on like that. But I didn't see strawberries, but I am going to plant some strawberry seeds because also you can follow the thing on the package because it takes 14 to 21 days for those to germinate, and it takes 150 days for maturity. So I need to go ahead and plant that now. They say start indoors 8 to 10 weeks before the last frost. When is my last frost? I really didn't pay no attention because honestly they do have a date for the last frost in the zone where you at, which is for me is I think it's zone 8B or 8, it don't matter. At the end of the day, you just want to plant in enough time because some of those take a long time to germinate and to mature in order for you to get fruits. Okay, so let me show you what I order. This is my second time ordering from this place. Usually I get my seeds from the Dollar Tree or like Tractor Supply or any mom and pop store. Like there's one where I live, I forgot the name of it, but I go there sometimes and I'll buy them. Like you can even buy the seeds by like the ounces of, you know, like if like for example I have this seeds that I saved from a plant that I had. I think it was radish or beets, I can't remember, but they look all similar. So like you can just kind of weigh them and then you can just get a little bit. You don't have to buy a lot, and it'd be like $1 something. Really reasonable price. So I forgot to mention that I am going to plant this, but I think this I will start from, as far as my guide that I have, I will probably start this. It doesn't really have a start seed indoors date, but I'll just follow here. It says to start indoors 8 to 12 weeks before your last frost, and you can direct sow 2 weeks before your last frost. Not bad. And it takes 10 to 14 days to germinate. Also, this plant takes 2 to 3 years to mature, so I'm not expecting anything from this until like your 3rd year. And even then, sometimes when you get your first fruits from something that you plant, you have to like get your 2nd, your 3rd to get the better one, right? So, but anyway, I'm gonna plant this probably not today, but I will plant this. This definitely I'm gonna plant today. Celery is one of the ones that I'm gonna plant today. I'm also gonna plant. I can start planting some lavender. I have not been successful at this, but I can start this based on my thing here. I just didn't mention it earlier, but I did highlight that on here. So yeah, lavender can be start indoors in January also. I ended up purchasing some other seeds. I just wanted to kind of show you. Here's some parsley, some oregano. Love some oregano tea. Very good for you. Marigold, I'm gonna start this ones. Here's the arugula. I have some purple onions. Some other peppers. This is good for making that. I don't know. I love to try different foods. So there's this spaghetti, and it's called green spaghetti. I guess that's what they call it. It's a Mexican spaghetti, and this is what you use to make that. Here's some other peppers, serrano, some chichito peppers right here, and some pepperoncini peppers. And then I also have some tomato seeds that I order and some sweet banana peppers. I also ordered some nasturtium and cucumber seeds. I have some other cucumber seeds, especially from the ones that I planted last season, and I saved some seeds. And then I have some onions, and it's all mixed up. They fell in the bag. But I had some yellow onions and some white onions. I just won't be able to tell which is which because they all look the same. See? So yeah, I'm just gonna plant them all. Here are my bell pepper packet seeds from the Dollar Tree, and this one Big Jim chili. All right, guys, so I got my celery.